I mean, at least it's doing better than Sony's Spider-Man movies.
Like, their Spider-Man movies do just fine. Then they're like, let's make other movies. And everyone's like, could we not? Because they're not going to be good.
Like, what do you mean, like Craven?
Yeah, who would have ever thought Kraven the Hunter couldn't carry a movie?
He's not even the most interesting Spider-Man villain.
No, not at all. And like...
We got him before literally anybody else.
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of in a bind. Because they're kind of stuck in the same situation like the Batman movies are in, where they don't want to just copy the Michael Keaton era Batman movies, but it's like, but they still want to use the Joker and Catwoman. It's like they're basically going to have to at some point. And, Bane. But they just avoided, like, Mr. Freeze and Poison Ivy and the more goofy ones like that, because they want the more grounded universe. So they're kind of stuck there, because, like, we've already seen the Green Goblin in different universes.
Yeah.
We've already had Electro in one of them. We had the Dr. Octopus. We've had a couple versions of the Rhino now, because I think he's in the Craven movie, if I saw right in the trailer. And, we've had the Vulture in the current movies. So, who do you got left? Because we had Mysterio in the current movies. We've got, like, the Chameleon, the Lady Dr. Octopus, maybe. You could maybe do the Symbiote again, but Venom's got its own series going on.
Oh, I was about to say. Oh yeah. I thought of a. Oh no, but he was in Spider-Man: Homecoming. Shocker.
Yeah, Shocker. I mean, who are we going to use? Cardiac. Like, let me know down in the comments if you even know who Cardiac is, because I bet you don't.
I don't know. We haven't had Tombstone.
We'll never have Tombstone. Are you kidding me? Like, it'd be great, but that's never going to happen. They're never going to have a black guy get subjected to something that turns his skin chalk white in a movie. like to play it straight. Like, I know that happened in Iron Sky, but that was a Nazi scientist, like, using his albinoizer to make a guy white, and then he gets it reversed at the end of the movie. By the way, Iron Sky is a spectacular movie. You folks should all watch it. Nazis hiding on the dark side of the moon. Yeah, the sequel is silly beyond belief, but the first movie was great. But yeah, like, that actually happened there too. Like, when he gets back to Earth, like, no one believes him. Like, he was like a famous model, and like no one believes it because he looks different because he's white. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
because that's the problem with Tombstone. Is like, because it's the background. Like, there's nothing wrong with the character, but it will literally be an African American person with white skin. So he'll still have all the African American features, but he will have chalk white skin. That's why he's called Tombstone. Well, the fact he's the white, but also like the fact he's literally like hard as a rock, like concrete. That's why he's called Tombstone. Yeah, and you probably won't see Bullseye because he's over in the Daredevil stuff.
we already have Kingpin over.
Kingpin's over in the Daredevil stuff. You might see him because he is like a New York villain, which apparently he's going to be the mayor of New York in the Daredevil storyline. So, but yeah, I don't know who, like,
Screwball.
I mean, I suppose you could have the Spot if you really want to go out there. There's the Hobgoblin and the Demogoblin. There's
Jackal.
The Jackal. Now, if you do the Jackal, though, you're going to open up a real can of worms there.
Oh yeah, with the Scarlet Spider.
The Clone Saga. That's what we need on screen. Possibly what everyone considers to be one of the worst storylines ever for Spider-Man. That's what we need. You know how long that ran in the comics? It takes 4 omnibus-sized books to collect the whole storyline for the Clone Saga. Yeah. And then in the end, you find out the one guy you thought was a clone was the clone the whole time. Because he gets killed by the Green Goblin. Whenever he dies, he disintegrates. That's how you know he's a clone. And that's where Norman Osborn comes back from whenever Spider-Man killed him, like 20 years ago in real time. He's been dead that whole time. and then he shows back up. Then he gets killed, and it turns out it's a clone. But then Norman Osborn shows back up the next day, and then he's like, Pete, I've been behind all the problems in your life for the last 20 years. Like, you didn't really kill me. I had a healing factor. So whenever you buried me, I just regenerated. And now I've been trying to screw with you for all this time. It's all just been the machinations of Norman Osborn. And now I'm back. And he's never left. So, in comics, no one is allowed to stay dead. Bucky's back to life. Norman Osborn came back to life. Harry Osborn's still dead, though. Shouldn't have attacked Spider-Man when he was tripping on acid. That was his problem. Then, actually happened. Then, Uncle Ben's still dead. So, yeah, it's Uncle Ben and Harry Osborn. They're the only two allowed to stay dead in comics.
Well, I mean, Uncle Ben's purpose is to die.
Yeah, I know. But, like, and Bucky I can live with. Because the Winter Soldier comic book, like, where he comes back as the Winter Soldier, is excellent. Like, for what the movie did, like, the comic is better. And it's spectacular. That whole run with Ed Brubaker that starts with the Winter Soldier, that whole run's great. That's like 5 omnibus books full of comics.
You know what Spider-Man villain we haven't seen on the big screen? Big Wheel.
Dude, Big Wheel, yes. That's what we need, the zany Spider-Man villain. Big Wheel. We get the one crime boss that turned his body into, the old man that made his body into a cyborg body. I can't think of his name now. It'll come to me like in the next segment.
We haven't seen Hammerhead on the big screen.
Hammerhead, the dude with the adamantium skull. Yes. I haven't seen Black Cat. They'll definitely be accused of copying DC on that one. She is totally a Catwoman knockoff, but.
What? The two cat-themed cat burglars who have a romantic relationship with the main hero?
Yeah. With their respective characters from each universe, they have the best rogues galleries. Yes. Yeah. We got him. Let's see. We could have the doppelganger, I suppose, but we'd have to use the Infinity Stones again to have his proper origin. Yeah. If we do the Clone Saga, we could have Kane.
The Wall.
The Wall. Yes, the Wall. They won't use him for certain reasons that I don't probably have to explain, but, like, that'd be great. Which is sad that they couldn't use him. Yeah, what they really need to do is the Secret Empire storyline from the comics, where in the end, Captain America kills the main guy, and it turns out it was Richard Nixon. I'm serious. That's why, like, on his HeroClix character, he had to. It didn't list his real identity, but one of his clicks was an identity that would shock the nation. Because, like, Captain America just becomes, like, totally despondent after that, and he's just like, how can this be? Like, he was the president. It just, like, I think that's when he became Nomad. But yeah.
What is it with comic books and Richard Nixon?
But yeah, I don't know. Are there any other decent Spider-Man villains? I mean, there's other Spider-Man villains, I'm sure, but good ones. I think they're just going to cycle back into the ones.
I mean,
and be like, this is this universe's Electro.
I mean, they already messed up Taskmaster.
Oh, Taskmaster. What did they do to you? Like, you could have been an awesome character. And now you're not, and never will be. Like, wow. We just need, like, the actual Taskmaster to come in and kill her and take over. Or they're going to, like, do some serious rehabilitation like they did with Baron Zemo. Because, you know, there was, like, Zemo in, like, Captain America Civil War. But then they're like, oh, right, we need him to lead the Thunderbolts. Let's put him into Falcon and the Winter Soldier, completely change his backstory, and do everything to turn him into Baron Zemo.
At least he got to wear the mask.
He did. He also got to dance. One of the two memes that came out of that. The other one, for those of you that don't know, is whenever he says something on the plane, and Falcon's like, he's out of line, but he's right.
Oh, man, that meme.
Yes, that one's got some serious mileage.
I still see that meme.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Because, see, the last Spider-Man movie really screws with things. Because, like, Pete has actually fought the Green Goblin and Dr. Octopus and Electro from the other universes. So now, like, are they just going to be like, oh, well, they happened here too, and he just hasn't fought him yet? You know, like, no one's going to buy into that. They're going to be like, come on, guys, give us something original. Like, we tried. There's no villains left. Who do you want to use? The Spot? Big Wheel?
I mean,
You know?
he didn't actually, like, I mean, yeah, man. Like, Shocker got like 5 minutes of screen time before he got killed off in Homecoming.
Yeah. Oh, there's Hydro Man.
Hydro Man.
I mean, he's completely and totally different from Sandman. Yeah, I don't know. There's the Lady Electro. I don't know much about her. She's got an action figure now, though, for Marvel Legends. Thinking about buying it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else you do with Spider-Man at this point. I think it's the Clone Saga or bust, and the Clone Saga might be bust, but I think you got to go for it. They get multiple Petes on screen. No one will know who they are because of the spell at the end of the last movie.
Oh, Mr. Negative.
Yeah, he's a crime boss, right?
Oh, yeah?
Something like that. I don't know much about him. I know he's the villain in one of the video games.
Yeah,
right?
he's like the villain in Spider-Man, like, 2018.
Now, yeah, I mean, you could do him. Like I said, I'm sure there's others. Silvermane. That's the old man who turned himself into a cyborg. You had to remember it sooner or later. In the cartoon, he turned himself into an infant with the Tablet of Time. I don't think we ever saw him after that. Yeah, as some Aztec thing. I don't know. I suppose we could bring in the characters from the Spider-Man movies they've made, like Morbius and Kraven. I still haven't watched Morbius. I haven't watched Morbius. I haven't watched Madam Web. I started to watch Madam Web, but I couldn't bring myself to finish it. Which is saying something, because I sat through the 2016 Ghostbusters.
I mean...
Thank you for watching. This has been a Geek Cabal video, Echoes of a Whisper. This has been a clip from one of our podcasts. The link to the actual podcast this is from is in the description of the video if you want to see the entire thing, which we obviously encourage you to do. But otherwise, if you enjoyed what you saw, a thumbs up is always appreciated. Subscriptions and all the rest is definitely appreciated. Comments, as always. But just in general, thank you for watching. Hope you liked it. And check out the other videos we have here on the channel. See you later.